is shaky, but I have to steer with one hand and film with the other, and there's a lot of pressure on the tiller, so I have to make sure I don't wreck Karl here because I'm filming for you guys. So sorry if it's a little wobbly. Oh, and a big log in front of me. Oh. Oh, Joanna's at the end of the channel, I see her. I'm about to enter the little channel here that is between Isla Viveros and Isla del Rey. And usually there is a shitload of current. I can already see the little current waves here just right in front of me. It's really hard to steer. Okay, we're down to 2.7 now. And I think I might have to concentrate it a little bit so I can follow our track because there's a lot of rocks in this channel. Ooh, and now, just in time, we get 80 knots of wind. Holy moly! My foot is getting an extra workout today. Whoa! We're doing about 1 knot now at 16.5 RPM. We're like hardly moving. But the worst of the shakiness has stopped now, and at least I can sit down for a second and rest my foot. That was crazy, I'm telling you. We made it safely through the channel and dropped anchor on the southeast side of Isla Viveros. The island is totally private and has a couple of houses and a very fancy resort. The anchorage is very well protected, and on top of that there is a private dock where you can get some fresh water. It's not the prettiest of anchorages in the Pearl Islands, but it's definitely a convenient spot for some boat repairs. One problem during Corona has surely been food. When we left Panama City, we had stocked up quite a bit, but also we didn't know that it was going to take months and months and months, so we didn't go extremely crazy. But down here we're not allowed to touch any islands where there is any settlement, so we can't just go into a grocery store and buy anything. And we also can't just go back to Panama City because, first of all, there's curfew, so you're only allowed to be out on the street for 2 hours, which makes shopping really tricky. But also, a lot of yachts have been grounded up there, so once you get to Panama City to the anchorage, then you're not able to leave again. So we prefer to be down here in the islands rather than up in Panama City, obviously. And throughout the weeks and months that we've been here, we've set up a little network, luckily, with a couple of locals here in the islands that can help us get some food. For example, there's this guy here called Rafa. He lives in San Miguel, which is a village here in Isla del Rey, just close to Viveros. And he works here on the island of Viveros, and that's how we know him, because friends told us about him. He comes 3 times a week here to the island, and we can place orders with him, and then he'll just buy the stuff in San Miguel and you bring them over. And you can get basic stuff with him, like potatoes and onions, some carrots, flour, sugar, milk, eggs. And obviously the prices are a little higher than on the mainland, so it's actually, yeah, a bit of a draw on the financial side to be shopping here in the islands. But it's the only chance that we've got. Today it was raining like crazy when he came. He usually comes at 7 in the morning, so he just dropped off the workers and he went straight to work. So Maria is gonna lower her dink and give me a lift to zoom over there and pick up our groceries. Good morning. Yeah, okay. the fun begins, because usually how it goes is that Paul sends me his list, Maria sends me his list, and I translate everything to Spanish and add it to my list. So we send out one list to Rafa. He buys whatever, and then there is usually no receipt. Now I have to figure out how I'm gonna split this, so it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Half of the potatoes. Good morning. Chicken with heads and feet. Ja, bezahlt hast du? Well, step one of the provisioning craziness is done, and I woke up to a beautifully sunny morning, which is perfect for our plans. Maria's about to come over on her paddleboard to Karl, and we're gonna pick up anchor to sail up to the island Contadora, where we're gonna hope to fulfill step 2 of provisioning craziness. Ready? Yeah. That's what I think every time when I come back from Joanna as well.
Back on the Carly Barley.
Yep. Back on Squatty.
We're there going to Contadora. We're in Viveros now. We are off to do our usual, go pick up food. It's our only adventure we get during Corona. The food there is some things from Lucky Price Mart. Price Mart is one of those mega stores like Costco in the US. So we got the quantity of really big cheese blocks that Nika's addicted to. Oh, it's getting a bit much of fixing on my mainsail again. Anybody's up for selling the new mainsail, please? Sailing! Oh, lovely, typical rumbly weather over there on the mainland in the Darien area. Well, I think the last time we had both sails up was when we came up from Colombia with David. But pretty cool that we're doing it now. We're doing 1.9 knots, rock and roll, but it's pretty. Honking. Carl's got his poo-poo on. Poo-poo.
we have between 5 and 9 knots of apparent wind of an angle more or less 60 degrees, and we're doing between 1.7 and 2.7 knots, which is kind of due to my bottom paint not being super great, or maybe not actually existent, and therefore not such a smooth bottom, but also because we probably have some current against us. Nibble, trying to get a little fishy on the last meters. Woohoo! Last minute! Reel him in, baby! How big is he? Look at him! Yeah, baby! Yoo-hoo! Mahi, mahi! The little hits a bit. Mahi, mahi! The beach here in Chapera is pretty steep, so you can anchor pretty close to land. Well, at least pretty close to land at low tide. At the moment we have about 4 meters of tide, and we're coming in just before low tide. I've got another ½ meter to go down and another 3.5 to go up. Wow, the water's really clear today. This is 6.50 meters. So we're just gonna scan around a little bit, but we've been to this island before, so I more or less know where I want to drop. 2.9. Okay, you've got 7 at high, so I'll put out 40 meters, please. Wow, there's a big stingray just below us. He's coming back up here. You see him? There he is. Okay, Maria put in a temporary snubber, and I'm gonna run in the anchor now. I usually go backwards fairly slow so the anchor can grab into the sand slowly, and then once I feel that all the chain is stretched and that the anchor is nicely grabbing in, then I put up to 1500 RPM onto it just to give it a nice test. And then if everything is good, then we put the real snubber on. Looks good to me! You giving a thumbs up too? Thumbs up! Shows your catch. What happened with Mr. Stingray?
Well, the triggers were having a trigger party with the parrotfish. I had thrown the rest of it, what I filleted, the bad parts, and now the stingray is on top of it and not letting anybody on it.
Wow, selfish bugger.
Oh yeah, they totally are. You'll probably be able to even hold it in your dang hand.
I jumped in to check on our anchor and to marvel at my non-existing anti-fouling, and I met the cutest puffer fish stalking whaley. Well, for now we're gonna enjoy this beautiful anchorage Chapera, and tomorrow we're gonna head to Contadora to pick up our food order. Well, we're on our way from Chapera to Contadora to pick up our food. It's about 3 miles. We're a little late, maybe 15 minutes. And we're gonna try and go into the bay as much as we can. Maria's gonna be the scout on the bow so that we don't run over any coral heads. But I think we should be able to go pretty much close to shore because we only have a kayak and a paddleboard to pick up a lot of stuff. So.
Wow, they're huge.
Ooh, and what great timing. Fellow cruiser Josh came by to bring over some old AGM batteries that I bought from him.
Bye, thank you.
But more about that soon.